Hey, good evening. I got a great question for you tonight. Are you wondering how AI can help you in your regular day? I hope so, because you've come to the right place tonight. We're going to be talking about just our regular day and how to use this technology called artificial intelligence to help us get through. So, I'm Florence, I'm your host. Welcome to the Purpose for Productivity show, where I share tips and strategies and approaches to help you, yes, you, who's watching right now, fix the friction in your productivity system. I'm so glad you joined us this evening. I want to be of value to you, and I want you to share your tips and strategies with me. So we have a two-way conversation and not just me talking in a monologue. So tonight's show is all about how to maximize your productivity and use AI to supercharge your day. And we're going to talk about a couple of specific ways, but we want to focus on you being able to take control of your day instead of your day controlling you. So let's dive right in to the material tonight. So I'm not going to get real techie on you, and you all know who know me. But in case you don't, I've been in the technology industry for a long time. I won't tell you how long, but a long time. So I could go really, really techie, but I'm not, because productivity is not about being a techie. Tonight I'm going to share for those who are not techie, think that they're not techie, say that they're not techie, but still want to be productive and use this new technology in a way to help. So we are going to just buckle in. Let's get going. Before I go too far, though, I want to find out who is out there with us, and I'm going to try to do this right because I don't know. I changed my scenes. So let's just say we have got the emotional CEO out here with us saying hello to Frank. Welcome to the show tonight. And we've also got Frank here with us saying hello to everyone and welcome. Yes, welcome to you, Live Tribe. Whether you are here in chat with us, but you really want to be in chat tonight, there's a special treat coming. Or you're watching because maybe you're cooking dinner or taking care of the children, or you're at work and you're listening. Welcome. You are a valuable part of our community, and I appreciate you being here. And if you're part of the Magical Replay crew, welcome. Drop a note in, let me know you were here, ask a question, and I'll be sure to answer it. Most likely, I'll answer it in a video. There you go. New stuff all the time. So let's start with talking about what is AI. And the reason I want to talk about what AI is because we've heard it, but maybe you're new and they've just said the letters to you and they've never explained what it is. It's artificial intelligence, meaning a computer, a machine is answering questions or providing information. Then the questions and information it's providing is based on what humans have put together. It can reform answers and do things, but only based on the content that humans ultimately put together. So billions, trillions of data points have been fed into supercomputers, and now we're using them to reform, regenerate, and answer everyday questions for people, as well as really, really deep scientific questions and other things. A friend of mine likens it to this. It's like the Jetsons have happened. So it's not quite the Jetsons, but it's a friendly way of thinking about it. The Jetsons, you're going to push a button and something is going to happen in your life, and that's how you live today. But it's not as tricky as it seems, because it's like having a supercomputer at your fingertips. I don't know if you remember when we started using smartphones. I remember it was magical. And that's how it is with this artificial intelligence. How it is with this artificial intelligence that we're living through and we're coming into knowing how to use right now. And so that's what we want to focus on, is how do we use it in our everyday. And I did see somebody else slide into the building, so I want to say good evening to that tech troublemaker. And he said, oh, I thought AI was artistic idiocy. Right. Okay. New word, hashtag artistic idiocy. It is not, but thank you for that. So I want to focus on two specific ways, because remember, we're talking about taking control of your day and using artificial intelligence to help you take back control of your day. And that's two things, just two. It's not everything that you'll use in your productivity system. The first thing it is your calendar scheduling. We have 24 hours in a day. I talk about this with people all the time. Every human who's alive, who lives to the next day, has exactly 24 hours in that day. So basically, you got to take control of those 24 hours rather than those 24 hours controlling you, or everybody outside of you and everything outside of you controlling your 24 hours. Within that, so it starts with your calendar. Within that, secondarily, is we all have a lot of tasks to do. I don't know about you, but some days I am seriously on the struggle bus, like really on the struggle bus, trying to get my tasks done. Today was happened to have been one of them. I have to tell you, I looked at it and I thought, and then I realized, what happened? Then I realized I had almost an entire day full of meetings. I know when I have a whole day of meetings, I'm not going to get a whole lot of tasks done. And then I had to remind myself. But I was on the struggle bus today. I don't know about you. Let me know. If you were on the struggle bus today trying to get tasks done, put yes in the chat. Put yes in the comments. Let me know I'm not out here struggling by myself. So I want to talk about a couple of applications and just drop these right now so that you can go look them up. You can research and see whether either of them will be of benefit to you as we talk about today's topic. And those applications, two of them are scheduling, work with your calendar and scheduling, and two of them work with your task management. You may have heard of them. You may not. One of them, if you were with us last week or you watched last week's show, later after its replay, you heard about one of them. So the first one is called Looping AI, Looping AI. It's a scheduling tool. You can find it on futuretools.io. The second one is Fellow, FELLOW.app. It's also a scheduling tool, which is really phenomenal in the way it works. The two task management tools, one of them which I'm a little bit familiar with and one of them I'm testing. The first one is Magic To Do, and the second one is Mem. So we want to know what are some of these software products that we can use. So I just gave you two schedulers and two task managers. If you're not using anything, those are ones that you can go look at. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to kind of talk about some tips, and then we're going to go through a quick example of a day in the life of a professional who's trying to use these tools. All right. So I'm going to talk about my first thing is choose an AI scheduler and a task manager, because these are the places, a scheduler and a task manager. Whether you use one of the two that I shared with you or not, that's up to you. If you happen to be in a corporate environment and you use Microsoft Outlook and some of the Microsoft tools, quite a bit of what I'm talking about is actually already in the Microsoft tool set. It's in Outlook and Viva Engage and Planner. So some of these capabilities I actually use because it's working in my corporate environment, and some of them are working in my non-corporate environment. So that's why I know they work, because I'm using them. I'm using these capabilities already to help me. So first, choose your tool. Pick whatever it's going to be. The second, oh, I hit the wrong button. The second thing is set them up and customize them. Let me explain what I mean by this and something that I did. One thing that I did was I customized the calendar to automatically read through all of my calendar on a week-by-week basis and automatically block out focus time for me in my calendar. I don't have to do that. It looks at what's scheduled. It looks at what my patterns are. It looks at who I'm collaborating with on a regular basis. And then it blocks 2 hours every day, Monday through Friday, for me to have focus time. Now, I may choose to move that time, but I know without me doing anything, it's already booked. So that's an example of how you would want to customize one of these tools if you're using your scheduler. Similarly, you can customize how your tasks are set up and what it pushes forward. So just want to give you those tips and tell you how I use it. The next thing you want to do is sync your calendars if you have not. Sync them with whatever calendar scheduling tool you want to use. Again, because you potentially are using multiple calendars. Maybe you're using Google, maybe you're using Outlook, maybe you're using something else. Whatever AI scheduling tool you use, you want to sync it with your calendar. You don't want to have to manage your regular calendar and then try to figure out how to manage the AI tool. That's defeating the purpose. You want the AI tool to link into your calendar so that then it does some of that management for you and takes it off of your mind, frees you up, and you don't have decision fatigue for managing details in your calendar. Decision fatigue is something that I've been thinking about because I feel like I'm in it right now. The next thing is you want to set up your daily actions. Why? We all have routine things that we do day in, day out, week in, week out. So set those up so that the AI tool that you choose, the task manager tool you use, can work with what is important to you. This is a part of your customization in many ways. So you want to set that up. This is a little bit of work. What I'm talking about, these tips, shouldn't take you a long time. 15 minutes, and if you really want to do a lot of thinking about it, you may stretch it out to 30 minutes. I think it took me like 10 minutes to do this, and then I didn't have to do it again. So the last thing you want to do is, once you've set up your scheduler, your task management, relax. Delegate those tasks and how your calendar is working for you to your team, your AI buddy, your friend, who's going to help you get through the day. And in some ways, I'm going to say, stay off the struggle bus. Stay off that thing. Leave it alone, okay? So if you're getting value, go ahead and hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know that I'm being helpful to you. And if you have a question, put Q: in front of it and ask your question. A Q and a colon, and then just ask your question. I will be happy to do my best to answer your question. And if it's a really, really good question, I'll probably turn it into a video. So let's say you now want to see how this whole process will help you take control of your day. And I'm going to talk about it in terms of blocking your day into 6 phases. And these won't surprise you. At least I hope they won't, because we've talked about them. I've talked about them in prior videos, most of them. There are 1 or 2 that I haven't talked about, but most of them I have already talked about in prior videos. So if you want to know more about some of these that I'll cover, you can go check the channel and you'll find some detailed videos to talk about them a little bit better, or a little bit more in depth for you. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about these 6 phases in your day. so that you can understand and see how these tools you set up, this AI software is set up, how it can benefit you to get through your day, reduce your stress, keep you off the struggle bus, and have you in a more relaxed state. So, what's the first one? The first one, first Florence has to know how to use a computer. How about that? Okay. The first one is your morning routine. Starting your morning, whatever time you wake up. Let's say you wake up, and I'm going to use Monday through Friday. Say you wake up Monday through Friday at 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, you can have your calendar tool, depending on what you pick, wake you up and notify you, give you weather and other information, so that maybe if you didn't do like Florence, and I'm gonna make you laugh, but if you want to, you're picking what you're going to wear because of the weather, if you go out every day, then it can give you some suggestions, and it can tell you the weather, so that what you choose to wear will fit the weather, whether it's going to be raining, whether it's going to be hot, whether it's going to be chilly, whatever the case may be. Now, here's where I'm a little bit different. My morning routine does not have me picking my clothes. Bad news bears if I'm picking my clothes in the morning. I will put on 2 different shoes and walk out of the house. I will do something like that. So I actually do the old-fashioned thing. I pick my clothes at night. I went to church recently, because I didn't do this. I went to church, had 2 different shoes on. Did not know it until someone pointed it out. I have a picture. I'm not showing them to you, but yeah, had 2 different shoes on. So this is one of the first things. But then once your day gets started and you're sitting down over breakfast, your scheduler can show you and check what's your day, read your whole day to you, and let you know what's on your day, what's a priority, give you some recommendations for tasks that are prioritized based on what you fed it, because these tools can analyze your task history. They can analyze what's in your calendar. They can show you where you have blocks, and you're not sitting there manually calculating it or doing what Florence loves to do, which is put it on a piece of paper and then sit there and try to figure out where the open spots are. It's using this software to do that routine work for you on your behalf. It is your AI assistant. But then, let's say you have a morning stand-up meeting or a scrum meeting, or just a morning touch point check-in meeting with your team that you work with, whether it's 3 people, 30 people, 300 people, whatever it happens to be. Y'all, you're funny. You can use this tool. Fellow is really good for this, by the way, to capture notes, capture tasks, make recommendations. Fellow is really good for this while you're having your meeting. In fact, you can have Fellow help develop the agenda for the meeting. That's a great use. So already in your morning, where your day has gotten started, at the beginning of the start of your work day, implementing or using these assistants to help you make sure you know you're on track, you know what you've got to do that day, you've looked at your morning, you've gotten it started, your assistant is already at work for you. I don't know, do you remember the days when people had executive assistants? Now sometimes they're called administrative partners, sometimes they're called executive administrators, they have all kind of names. Well, they're not doing the work they used to do, but now these tools can do that work for you and help you and relieve the pressure. Again, remove the decision fatigue out of your day for you. So your day has gotten started, and now you're into your mid-morning, right? You've gotten started, and I'm going to talk about this from the standpoint of It's reminding you to do things that I am terrible at remembering to do. And I know someone who uses, it's AI, but you don't think of it as AI, but it really is a reminder to get up and walk, a reminder to get up and move, a reminder to breathe, a reminder to do something healthy for yourself instead of staying glued. It's called an Apple Watch, and it's called health. That's really nothing more than another form of AI. It's just simply a reminder for you. Again, you don't have to remember to do it. It's just going to tap you and say, hey, stand up. Hey, drink some water. Hey, remember to breathe. You're not having to think about it. It's just there to remind you to take on some healthy habits. So these are just really quick mindfulness things and a little bit of self-care in there. Midday, you've gotten into some meetings. You're working through your day. Now, after you get through that, oops, wrong button still, I'm hitting. You want to focus. Remember at the beginning, I said that I have my calendar automatically block 2 hours a day for focus time. This is when I'm doing deep work. It prevents me from having to tell people I'm not available. It prevents me from having to deal with it. And I know those blocks are times where I'm to focus. I shut down things. I don't look at notifications. My calendar has already got it set for me. I don't have to think about it during the week. That can be your story too. Let it do the work. And when that focus time shows up, focus time, when you're doing what Cal Newport calls deep work, really get in and don't allow others notifications. Y'all know, not the notifications. Don't let them distract you and break your concentration from whatever that deep work is that you're doing. You may be writing a proposal. You may be creating some graphics. You may be preparing for an event. You may be preparing for a big meeting with a partner. It doesn't matter what it is that you're doing in that focus time, as long as it's something that's purposeful. Remember, purposeful productivity is driving you. You're driven to accomplish the thing that's important to you and whatever part of your life that is. So these are some quick ways. We're almost finished with how your day can be broken up. We have talked about time blocking. This is another way to think of time blocking and allowing the AI tools to help you accomplish it successfully. So I'm really excited for you. But we got some folks in the building that I definitely want to recognize here. And I want to start with this gentleman. And I really appreciate him because I have to tell you, sir, I went out and I'm testing Fellow. I like it. Thank you. And I shared it again with the community here this evening. Really, really like it. So thank you for sharing that. And thank you for saying this is a great list. I appreciate it very much. That is none other than the phenomenal James Hicks, who knows more about this than I probably will ever know. But Grant, and Tech says he needs an AI assistant. You have it. We're sharing tools with you. This whole month is about how we use AI tools to be productive. Removing the friction in our systems, fixing the friction in our systems, because these are tools that help you. You don't have to be afraid of them. You don't have to wonder if they'll work for you. I will say what James Hicks said: respect it, but don't fear it. Respect it, don't fear it. And learn to use it to your benefit. And anything and everything can be used for good or it can not be used for good. It's your choice. We humans our brains are still more powerful than any computer on the planet. So that's what I'm going to suggest to you that you want to do. Now, we've gotten through our 2 hours of focus time, and our calendar scheduler blocked it for us, so we didn't have to do that. We knew it was in the calendar every day. We just went to work. We focused on doing the work that we said we wanted to do, the thing that is going to move your life forward, move your business forward, use your creating forward, whatever it is that you're doing. That's running your family, right? Managing your home. Okay? So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to deal with a little collaboration. And I said I used Outlook, but this is going to be true in applications like Fellow as well. We work with other people. We do not work or live on islands by ourselves. So that means whatever work we're doing, whatever volunteer service we're doing, we're working and collaborating with other people. There are folks here, you all who are here in the comments in the building with me tonight. We collaborate together. We can use these same tools to help us collaborate. How? Note takers, writers, making sure that our calendar can tell us when we have meetings with other people and what we're meeting about and what the agenda is supposed to be and what the follow-up action items are supposed to be. James, I'm coming for Fellow because yes, it does all of that and more. So that is the collaborative part. It removes, again, the decision fatigue and having to remember what we agreed to do, who agreed to take on what task. When is that task due? What were we thinking about it? It absolutely removes all of that decision fatigue out of your day and out of the collaboration with other people. Oftentimes I've gone into meetings, don't know about you, and one of the first things people say is, well, didn't we? I thought, what did we talk about the last time? Using something like Fellow removes all of that. Didn't we? What did we talk about? What did we agree to do? That is a thing of the past, and you're not the one who have to be the reminder for the entire team that you're collaborating with. The application is being that reminder for that team that you're collaborating with. The last one is at the end of your day, and we're talking Monday through Friday, but this works weekends too, because some people work weekends. We work all kinds of shifts, right? We've got to close down our day. You've heard me talk about, if you haven't, I've got a video on the channel that talks about your evening wrap up, how to close down your day so that you, your office, your home, and your family are ready for the next day and you can start your day successfully. So how does this work? Well, your scheduling tool can show you and remind you, a quick reminder, what tomorrow's plans already are. It can show you that 2-hour focus time. You can then think, what am I going to do? What work am I going to do in that 2 hours? So that you're not confused and trying to figure it out at the time that it shows up or in the day that morning. You don't know. This is a quick reminder to settle you down and know that tomorrow you've already got it handled. It also can remind you, like we said, shut it down. Shut down everything. Turn off the computer. Get off the phone. Go relax. Don't let a lot of notifications. It can turn those notifications off. Put your phone, your iPad, your computer into do not disturb mode so that you can really relax and do something good for yourself and your family. Spend time with your family. Do something nice for yourself. Have a comfortable, easy meal. Have a cup of coffee if you drink coffee in the evening. Have a cup of tea if you drink tea in the evening. And we won't go any further than that because some of us drink other things. Just saying. Just saying. If you do, we're going to let you be. So while I am finishing this up, what I want to do now is, first of all, I want to recognize this gentleman, Tori's Brain. I think it's a gentleman, and he's got a hat on. And so I'm assuming it's a gentleman. Tori's Brain, well, welcome to the Purpose for Productivity Show. I pray that you're getting value out of today's conversation. Please, if you have a question, put a Q colon in front of it, ask your question, and I'll be glad to do my best to answer it. So that'll be great. I'm glad that you're able to join us. And what we're going to do tonight, and I want to share this with you, is so start thinking about this and start putting the numbers in now. We're going to pull the community member for the community spotlight. This is something we do every month. So pick a number between 1 and 10 and just put it in chat. We're going to draw it, and whoever gets closest to the number without going over the number will be in the Equipping You newsletter as the community spotlight. You'll write a small article about your business, about your hobbies, about your mission, whatever it is that you want to write about, as long as it's not harmful to someone else and it's appropriate, it is family friendly, then I will reach out to you, get some information from you, and we will put your article in the newsletter, and I'll send it out to the newsletter team. And then that's a way to promote your cause, your business. It's also a way to get to know for others to get to know you. And it's a nice touch. So great. I'm looking forward to it. So put your numbers in the comments between 1 and 10. Between 1 and 10. All right. And the other thing I want you to think about is something that we love to do here, that is your productivity win of the week. When we're spinning, start thinking about what has been something that you've implemented, tried, stopped, or started that has moved something forward in your productivity system. Something that has removed some friction. I will tell you mine now so that it may help you. And I've been talking about it tonight. Last week, when James Hicks gave the list of applications, one of the ones that really intrigued me was Fellow. And so I went out and installed it, have started working with it, and it has definitely opened my eyes to the way that meeting collaboration can work even more effectively. And I'm pretty good at meeting collaboration. But this has taken it up. We talk about elevating your productivity. This has elevated my productivity even further. And the other thing that it did was cause me to really do an evaluation. I'm big on assessing and evaluating what I've been doing in the past and how I can tweak it. And Fellow has a really good YouTube channel. They do a good job of educating their community on how to use this wonderful AI tool more effectively. So that's my win of the week, and I hope you share yours as well. And we're going to say hello to someone else who joined in the building. Anne Marie Walker, welcome to the show tonight. Glad to have you here. And everybody else is greeting you, so glad to have you here with us. So I said that we were going to draw for someone who wants to win. So if you have numbers in, I don't see a whole lot of numbers. Put your numbers in, put your numbers in, put your numbers in. I'm going to give you another chance because I'm going to move on to action steps. We've been talking about them already, but I want to just wrap it up and make sure that you get them. The first one is choose a scheduler and a task manager. Just make a choice. You may end up changing it later. It's okay if you change it later, but choose one. The second thing is set up and customize your scheduler and your task manager for your own personal use. A great tool also, if you have not set up your time block schedule, there is on my Buy Me a Coffee page, buymeacoffee.com/equipinstitute is a set of AI prompts that will help you and have AI build your time block schedule for you. James Hicks, thank you for reminding me to encourage people to do that. Sync your calendars. We talked about set up your daily actions. We talked about And finally, delegate the work to your AI team. 5 simple steps, quick. They shouldn't take you a long time to implement. So, do we have numbers out there yet? I see one number. I don't see a lot of numbers. Y'all put numbers in the chat. There are folks out here, put some numbers in there. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this up, and we're going to pick someone to be the community spotlight. So I'm going to spin this wheel, and whatever number it lands on between 1 and 10, and whoever have a number that is closest to it but doesn't go over it will be the person who is highlighted. Again, we're going to highlight your business, your volunteer service, or cause that you're working toward. Family friendly and not harmful to anyone else. So I am about to click this button to spin this wheel. I'm spinning. I think I'm spinning anyway. Let me try it again. Why is it not spinning, y'all? Help. Let me do this one more time. Okay, I've got it turned on and it's still not doing it. James, help me. I don't know what I did. It's not doing it. Why not? Okay, turn it back on. Yeah. The best laid plans of mice and men in Florence. Okay. So, we're going to punt because for some reason this thing is not spinning. There it goes. Had to hit the right button. Okay, it's spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning. And someone is going to win. We have some numbers in the comments, and we are going to see where it lands. It actually literally landed on 10. Now, I have to show you who won. I have to show you, and I have a problem here because this gentleman loves to win. Tech Troublemaker. Yay! Tech Troublemaker is our community member spotlight for this month. And he literally picked the exact number that the wheel landed on. How phenomenal is that? So we are at the end of our time today. I do want to remind you that you can always connect with me at florencedonald.live, and I will be glad to spend a few minutes with you talking about what your friction points are in your productivity system. You can book an appointment right there using a tool. It'll do everything. Once you pick your time, we'll be good to go. And if you have not done so, please subscribe to the channel because we are on a march to get our first 100 subscribers, and we are getting close. And so we haven't even been operating for a year here on the channel yet. And so it would be wonderful to at least get to that first 100 within the first year. And I have not done nearly as much as I'm going to do. I'm putting a lot of things in place in the background to help us grow. But in the meantime, be a great community member and subscribe. I would love to have you a part of the Equipping You community. Equipping You community. So with that, gang, we really truly are finished. We don't have anything else to do tonight. We've covered all of the material. Thank you for joining. I am always excited to have you here with us, and have a great weekend and go try an AI tool.